Peace, y'all. Have y'all noticed the way in which the words in this language are geared towards discrimination? It's not something that you have to look hard to find. It's already embedded in the codes. So when it comes to like people doing things like what people will call racist or anything of that nature, we have to understand that the human mind, the collective consciousness is formed in a way of uh, categorizing and clarifying. So we only want to call things as we see them because we believe our eyes so much. And it's so interesting that that is in place. But then there's other things that are in place that derogatorily suggest what something is. And I work with phones and computers, MacBooks. So I do a lot of research, data research, IMEIs, and there's a lot of different terminologies. One of the terminologies is blacklisted. And if something is blacklisted, it reports that it is either stolen or non-functioning in the data space of whatever that device is. And if you reach the blacklist, it means your phone or computer is not allowed to work on the wireless networks or on the cellular networks. Why? Well, they could have called it anything, but they wanted to make it derogatorily acceptable, especially to those individuals that they consider to be black. So that's how they consider. But the truth about speech and word is that you can only call what you can see. So, for the individual who has terms for other people and they're Negroes and they're this and they're this, it's only because that's how they perceive. It's not about what they're looking at, because what they're looking at is royalty and they cannot see that. So they don't understand negus, Negus. They can understand a derogatory statement that they'll create for themselves because that is the world that they live in. Why am I making this video? I'm making this video so that people can disassociate themselves from the ideas of infants, spiritual infants. I'll say that proudly, boldly, and loud. Because for a country or any type of organization to create such a terminology and use the form of focus of word to create such a derogatory stance on someone else is only because that's where they live within themselves. And you can see this in history. Like if you want to look at history and say, how did the organic treat the inorganic? We treated them like we would treat ourselves, because that's the first foundation of spirituality. Treat others as we like to be treated. And this is why we assisted them into seeing themselves. And then we forgot us, and then we have to remember us through them, and here we are. But the form of focus is understanding the world that other people live in is not the world you can live in. You can choose to live in the world you know is right for you and right for all beings involved. But it's not going to come from the colonialism. It's not going to come from the colonial mind, and it's not going to come from that type of time, because that type of time is death. Because everything dying. Everything is being degraded. Everything is being reduced. And everything is being disenfranchised, because you think that in order for you to gain, you must take from another.